That was really hard. I had no idea that was coming, and it was very emotional for me. Hi, I'm Meredith Marks, and this is Launch Codes with SheKnows. So Reed, my oldest, would be the least likely. I think he's definitely the most independent, which makes sense because he's the oldest. But I still think they'd all call. A crisis, every one of them would call me. I think it's a combination of a few things. First of all, I really, when they were teenagers, started having them do things for themselves, whether it's something as simple as you need to go to the doctor, call and make the appointment, stuff like that a lot of mothers typically will do for their kids. I really had them doing a lot of things at a young age to start managing their own schedule and lives, and even finances. They got, an allowance at a pretty young age, and because like every day you'd be at the drugstore and they want another toy, and I'd be like, okay, if you want to buy it, you have an allowance, go ahead. And they're like, oh no, I don't want it anymore. So, things like that I think create a lot of independence, and I also kept our general rules fairly basic and simple, and I think that sort of allows them a little more room for trial and error. Yes and no. Of course, like having anyone you love go into the public eye is always going to be a little bit scary and intimidating, but I feel like they've been around the process for quite a while with me now, and and with the trolling that Brooks received early on, I felt like they were probably a lot more prepared than most people their age would be to handle it. Certainly that final scene with me and Brooks, I'm still like getting I can't. That was really hard. I had no idea that was coming, and it was very emotional for me. I'm obviously very attached to my children. They're the most important thing in the world to me, and so while you love to see them be independent, you love to see them grow, you love to see them flourish, it's still a little piece of you that's like, oh my gosh, time has now passed, and it's hard to let go sometimes. Keep an open line of communication, and that's something I started with them when they were very, very young. I started, like I said, I did not have a ton of rules. I broke it down into 3 rules, and one of those rules was talk to me. It's not just tell the truth, it's volunteer the information of what's going on in your life so that I can protect you and keep you safe. And a big part of that is when they do tell you stuff that you don't want to hear, which inevitably is going to happen, you can't get angry at them for it because they'll never tell you anything again. Like, why would they? So, I'm human. Of course, I might have a reaction, but I'll, go in and say, look, I'm sorry, I got upset. It's a lot for me to handle, but I'm here for you, and then I will support them. And I think that's what's most important for any relationship, but it's crucial with young adults.